Okay, I've been asked to give the 5-minute talk today before lunch, so we're going to give it our best shot. Basically, I've been here at the Abbey for about a week over a year. I came when the first row of FAS wall was getting placed, and I'm here through some of the final finish work. It's been as I told Yeshe the other day, I said I think it's the best job I've ever had. And early on, once I got here, I felt that I was in some way supposed to be here. And as time has gone on, it's just the feeling of being comfortable, being welcome. It feels like another home, you know. So, and my wife has been telling me you use the word homeland for your comfort zone in your book, Don't Believe Everything You Think, and this is because when I'm at home, I'm in my comfort zone. I really don't want to leave. When I'm here, I get into a comfort zone. I really don't want to leave. So I'm kind of thinking maybe this is practice for being in the bardo, where every 7 days you get whipped around before you come back. But I don't know any of that. That's pure speculation. That's what happens when you build statue bases, I guess, for a couple of weeks. Before I get to the statue bases, I would like to say there's one little story I haven't shared except with, I believe, Sempton about Tom St. Louis. Tom St. Louis, I became aware of how I got here, short version. I was interested in the products that were building the hall out of Faswall and Rostra back a long time, but before I knew specifically about the cementitious ICFs, I was investigating the other ones and I really didn't like them. I had a project that I needed to do. I saw an article in Fine Home Building, called up Rostra. Rostra got me to Tom St. Louis. Tom St. Louis was my distributor and my friend for 4 or 5 years. He committed suicide probably about 4 or 5 years ago, just when Faswall was coming into production. Tom St. Louis is the first person I know of that introduced me to Faswall. He was trying to get all of us old roster guys to shift over to Faswall. 2 of the holdouts, the big 2 holdouts that I know were a great disappointment to Tom, was George and myself. Because we were convinced, but upon reflection, we both became convinced that Faswall is a superior product. Tom St. Louis was right. And one of the things that is not completed for me yet here is, at Tom's memorial service, everybody was asked if they wanted to take a little paper bag about this big, filled up with some of Tom's ashes and some wildflower seeds. And I've had that since the memorial service, waiting for the proper place to put it. And now that I'm here, I believe this is where it should be, especially since Chenrezig Hall is a Faswall product, and Tom and I both, Tom was in it in the big picture. George and I worked on it, so this, I think, would be a good place for that. That would give closure to a chapter of my life, and I think maybe help Tom's spirit in its journey through time. I've been privileged to be able to do some of what I consider the fun projects. I got to help hang the hardware for the bell that's off of the deck. I'm working on the downstairs a pedestal base for Kuan Yin, which is what you're going to see when you come in the door. I was really, really fun, enjoyable doing it. Dagri Rinpoche said when he came to look, he looked at it and he said, in translation, it looks like math. And that's exactly what it was. I was channeling Father DePaul, my geometry teacher, the whole time I was doing it, because we have a series of 3 ellipses, and carpenters aren't often called upon to do ellipses. We're more doing squares and rectangles. So that part of it was very enjoyable, just re-energizing parts of your brain that you don't know exist or you've forgotten about. And it just, the only regret I might have is that it takes as long as it does to do it. You know, it's like if I could do it faster, I would, but I'm appreciative of the Abbey's patience and confidence in me to pull this off. And so now we're working on right at the moment, finishing up the pedestal base for the second floor. And that started out, it was going to be painted. And then Venerable Chodron saw it in the unpainted, because we were just determining height. I hadn't primed it yet. Venerable Chodron liked the wood, so it transitioned over from a painted base to a clear-coated, lightly stained base. And I think the effect will be much better than the painted base. I've made a little bit, some crown molding out of some dark wood that's close to the teak of the statue that will make the transition from the burl to the base. I think it will. That's where I'm at right now. So it's been fun. I'm going to miss being here every day when my time finally does come to leave, but I don't think you'll get rid of me that quickly. You know, I know. I know how to get here. My wife knows how to get here. I'm thinking, you know, we might not be frequent visitors, but we will be visitors to the Abbey. Thank you very much.